Good morning, welcome to Motivational Monday. How are you doing? In this video, we're going to get very clear about the law of attraction, but what we're actually going to do is just chat about it because you guys seem to really like those videos. So the ideal thing is you've got a cuppa, because I've got mine here as well, and we are going to just chat and get clear about loads of different things to do with the law of attraction. It's a reminder really, because this is a funny week. It's that sort of time of year when you're thinking, oh crikey, we haven't had much of a summer in the UK, and you can feel a little bit low and a little bit down and a little bit scrambled head. So if that's you today, this is a reminder for you and for me as well, because we're all in this together. As you know, I was just checking the doors are locked because I'm shouting a little bit and it's a bit early in the morning and the kids are asleep. So law of attraction allows you to be, do or have anything you want and desire. But of course, I always make a point on this channel of reminding you that there are also things that get in your way. There's life stuff that gets in your way. And the idea of this, why I started this channel, is to remind you of those things, be mindful of them, but not let them stop you. That makes sense? So what is it that you want? Get really, really clear on what it is you want in relation to probably not things, but look at it this way, because this is how the law of attraction will work so much better. If you hone in on the feeling of the thing. I'll give you an example. I'm going to use the analogy of a car. I do this quite a lot because that was really where my journey started. I went and looked at a car that is actually now the car that I do drive, but that was quite a lot of years ago now. That was 2009. It's now 2021, in case you're watching this way in the future. And I went and looked at this car and I was like, whoa, and it seemed so out there. I was so like, well, I'm never going to be able to have a car like that. I'm never going to own something like that. Look how much money it costs. And these were the stories that I was telling people around me. I was like, you know, and I heard The Secret on DVD, which really resonated with me, even more so than the book. And it put two together and it was really powerful. But I was like, right, so what I've got to do, I've got to get in that car, I've got to feel it in the steering, feel the steering wheel in my hands, imagine me driving in it. But I couldn't get rid of the feeling that accompanied that, of it being out of reach, it being too much. And there was a negative vibration with that. That's where you're going to get stalled. So what I did, I kind of went in increments, but initially my sort of first step up, if you like, the repayments on that car on a monthly basis was like, didn't sit right with me. I thought that's a lot of money for a car. It just didn't feel right. So I took a step back and I saw nothing wrong in that, and the vibration around that, the feeling around that, which might have only added to about, I don't know, I can't remember actually, say £50 a month, £100 a month, made a difference enough in my vibration that then I can start thinking, right, so now we can think about, this feels good. What will the next bit feel like? Will it feel even better? And I just wasn't ready at that point in time. And you've got to accept that as well sometimes, because there will be times when you're not ready to take that next step or whatever, I don't know, whatever that thing is, and just allow it a little bit. Allow it to unfold. And if it feels a bit icky, it isn't going to manifest because it's just not quite right. That's not to say everything has to be perfectly aligned. I don't think so, no. For me, I'd say not necessarily. You've got to allow the journey, the unfolding, the flowing downstream, as they call it in Abraham Hicks. And I love that one. I often feel that analogy, because if I'm like, I'm not sure about this thing, whatever this thing is, does it feel like you're struggling, you're going upstream, because that's the wrong path. If you turn that boat around and you just wee down the stream and it feels like, yeah, actually, things are slotting into place, things are feeling quite good, then you know that's where your manifestation is. So what I want to remind you today is not only pay attention to how you're feeling, because I think that's what The Secret emits. It's like, think about it, take the action, and it's there. But if you think about it, let's take that car, that more expensive car, thought about it, took the action, but the feeling wasn't right. And for me, it was just like, no, it just wasn't feeling right. And imagine as well, let's take it to the extreme. Think about travel, because a lot of people travel now. If you want to go somewhere that feels not right for whatever reason, if that's money or you're frightened of the place, or say like top of a volcano. I know that would massively fuel my anxiety. So what's the actual chances of me saving up the money, looking it up, how can I get to the top of a volcano, unless I'm doing that for personal development? And I have done something like that lately, as you will see, or what's going on this week on this channel. You're not there yet on the videos, but you will be. I'm editing more today and you will see some massive stuff coming up for me. And there is a bit of that. I mean, I think the walking over hot coals thing, you're going to feel a bit icky, but you're also going to really want to do it. And you're going to have to want to do it more than you're feeling icky. And if you're not, then you're not going to do it. And that's the same with all things in life. So if you're looking to go on a path, on a journey of, let's say, I don't know, you fill in the blanks, leave it in the comments below. What's the thing that you think, I'd really like to do that, but the other side of that is it's going to be tricky, or it's going to make me uncomfortable to a level that it's going to make my life, you know, it's going to fuel a load of anxieties in me. And generally, I think anxiety can sometimes be, I'm not an expert on this, I better say that, but I think anxiety can be a way of sort of guiding you sometimes almost. But also sometimes it chatters away and you're like, just go away, I want to do this thing, and you will overcome that a little bit. Anyway, so I would urge you today to think about, or this week, when relation to the law of attraction and things that you want to manifest in your life, is it something that's making you feel good and comfortable and accomplished and all of these good feeling feels? Because if it is, great, that's the thing, go for it. If you're a little bit like, oh, I don't know, because, and you're putting all these things in the way, maybe it isn't quite right. But then you've got to bear in mind, there's going to be a lot of old fears as well. So try and recognise that. Is the thing an old fear? Is it something that's ingrained into you? Is it something that you've learned from, because we're programmed, aren't we, as children? And maybe there's something that you've learned there that you need to overcome, and that isn't easy. That is not easy. But the route to that is to meditate. That's the meditation, hypnotherapy, that sort of thing. But yeah, make sure that it's something that's feeling good. If any of you out there watch are salespeople, there's, let's take a pair of red stiletto shoes. Now, if you're trying to sell those to a lady, right, you're not going to say to her, these red stiletto shoes, they're very high, so they're going to make your legs look better. And as you walk into the room, you might turn some heads. Those things sound good, but those are features. You want to point out the benefits. When you wear these red shoes, you are going to feel like $1 million. Your legs are going to look like they're going forever. And as you walk into that room and people look at you, you're going to feel 10 feet tall. You're going to feel as though, oh my God, I'm really somebody. I must look amazing in these shoes because everyone's head has turned and looked at me. That's going to sell it so much more than the feature. So it's the benefits to something. So you think about that in your own life. If you're trying to sell yourself something, think about how it's going to make you feel, because it's going to be a whole lot easier to, I could give you examples all day. I just thought about, like, when you're writing a book, and nobody makes any secrets about the fact that you're writing a book and it takes forever and you've got to sit and you're in solitude, and it can be, I mean, I love it, it's my complete passion, but it can be a little bit boring sometimes. I can do sort of several hours and then I get to the point of, maybe I need to change location. I'll take my laptop to the coffee shop because there's people around, a bit of buzz, different noise, you know, those sorts of things. There's always going to be those sort of ups and downs to things, but how is it going to make you feel in the end result? You know, what those shoes, that lady walking in that room with those shoes, she's going to feel like, oh my goodness, I must really be amazing, you know, because of these shoes she's got on. So you're getting me, I'm sure you're hearing me. If you are, leave a thumbs up on this video. Please make sure you've subscribed and hit the notifications bell. Now, I'm going to just quickly tell you for the last sort of 2 minutes of this video what's coming up this week, because you're going to love it. So you may have seen there's 2 videos gone up in the Wales series, so my trip to Wales. And the idea of it was, we was working with Visit Wales, who are the sort of touristy board type of people, but also I was going on a bit of a journey myself. I've done lots of solo travel before, but this was something I was going on with the purpose of writing a book. Now, this book I think could potentially be my best work. it's really got a journey within it, and I've put some triggers, some what's the word, some trigger warnings, that's it, in this video, because or in these videos, because I go to a place, quite a dark place in my mind, which you haven't seen yet, but it will be coming up, and I am going to share it. I'm going to be really open because I just think, why not? It might help somebody else, because so many people, this is going to sound conceited, please don't judge that, but some people look at me and think I look like I've got my life so together, but everybody has their ups and downs. Excuse me. We all have those bumps in the road in life, and I was not prepared for what I got on this trip. I was not prepared at all. I thought, oh, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, I'm going to write about Wales and my love, affection for Wales and all the rest of it. And trust me, sometimes things just come up, don't they, at funny times. I don't know if you ever get that, like if you're, I don't know, underwater swimming, something pops into your mind, you're like, blimey, I thought I was over that. So yeah, that's exciting. And also I'm having a bit of a debate, so you might see on this channel a few more sort of talks about, well, you will see some more talks about travel, because it's the thing that people love on this channel, and it's what brings in the bigger numbers. But you guys who watch this sort of stuff, I absolutely adore you, and I feel like you're my tribe almost, you know, you're the people that like what I do no matter what. But there's, at the moment, I'm being asked to do a review on the difference between butlins and pontins, and I might actually sit and film that in a second, because I'm thinking that's what people want. I kind of want to bring it, but I hope it doesn't make the channel seem a little bit all over the place. I'm hoping not. Anyway, nonetheless, thank you as always for being there for me. I hope you have a marvellous week. Wishing you an amazing Motivational Monday, and I'll look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video. And as always, we will always be here on a Monday, so hopefully you will be one of the subscribers who watch this. If you aren't, please do make sure that you've subscribed, and leave a comment down there, because you'll see me replying. So take care, bye bye for now.